Greetings and welcome back to Smartwatch Ticks. We're a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com and really glad to see you here today. I've got a totally sealed box. That looks like a good starting point. Let's slide in here and see what we've got in this rather small Kospet box. Kospet's been known for quite a few awesome watches in the past, Android watches to boot, and we got something different in here. Look at this. Wow, that looks really rugged. What do you think it is? Would you believe a dinosaur? Yeah, that's the latest rage on naming convention. We had a T-Rex by a different company. Now we've got the Raptor by Kospet. It's an outdoor sports watch, rugged 1.3-inch smartwatch with 30 days battery power and lots going for it. We'll tell you all about it after I mention you can pick it up from Gearbest. They sent this one out for us to show you. It's currently on flash sale, good price. Check the show notes and use our buying link if you don't mind. That will help us get more credit for these and get a few more watches in for review in the future. Let's walk through the specs. Okay, we got 20 sport modes on this one. We've got a TFT screen, and it says it's super bright. I'll show you that in a second. Running Bluetooth 4, 230 milliamp hour battery, round bezel, the bands are listed there. We've got all these different languages supported, product information, and packaging. And now they actually hired an English-speaking marketing engineer, apparently, who has written up some stuff that actually makes these things more understandable. So the things it's got going for it is waterproof, dustproof, IP68, 20 sport modes, 50 different watch faces, 30 days standby, and an ultralight body. The rest of it I'm just going to show you on the screen, and if you want to freeze frame it and read through it, you can. Or if you use the link I provided, you can go and read it on the web, or even copy and paste it into a browser or a word processor if you want to. All right, we are talking the Kospet Raptor. Let's get into it. Inside the box, we have the charger, a standard, it looks like, 2-pin connector. The watch itself has got a really nice, definite sports band. Look at all the ridges and ruffles and holes to mitigate sweat, to move it on in your body. We've got a little cover over our heart rate diode. Want to take that thing off. There's the charging port, and it goes on that way. And it's good and strong, definitely going to hold the watch. It is lightweight and thin. We've got a cover on the front here we can take off as well. And it looks like there's actually a screen protector on here too. How do I know? I see a little bubble right there. Don't know if you can see it, but sometimes they get below the glass. You can always peel that off if you want to. Got 2 buttons on this side and just some design characters on that side. We have flexible bands, but they don't look removable. They attach in 2 spots, so don't get this caught on something that could rip those. A little bit of a drawback. I wish they were removable and standard, but it doesn't look like they are. But it's an overall nice looking watch. We've got the Raptor. Oh, look at that. Speaking of screen protectors, there's an extra one in here if you want to peel that off and put another one on. We've got the Kospet warranty card. That's nice. For Amazon sales support. Okay, here's some basic warranty information. Not too often found with some of the watches we review here. It's great to see that. After sales at kospet.com for support. Cool. Very, very impressive. They actually are taking some interest in satisfying customers' needs. Here's the manual. Oh, I better wait long enough so you can get it in focus. Right, there you go. I got some folks saying, you're going too fast through it. Others say, it's way too slow, hurry up. It's what I do. I was so frustrated, and when I started this channel, I could not find manuals on these watches, and I decided every one of them, I'm going to do this, show it to you, because there's very unlikely that you'll be able to download them on the web, and if you lose yours or you don't even have the product yet, you might want these as reference. It uses the DaFit app. We've covered that quite a bit, so I'm going to skip a lot of the app aspects of it and basically show you the watch today. And if you want to see a review of the app in progress, check again in the show notes. I'll have the link to the DeFit app for you, and I'll list a couple of other videos I've done along with it that will start you, if you click on it, right at the exact spot where we start talking about the app. So you could see, check the app out. You can also download it at your leisure. It's free from the Google Play Store, and just roam through it. See what the pages look like, the layouts. Of course, you don't have any data on it transferred from the watch you haven't bought yet, but that's what I do sometimes, is just check out the various apps when I'm interested in a watch to see if the app looks reasonable and decent. Did you realize this whole thing was the English manual only? No Chinese manual in there. That's really cool. Okay, it's time to charge it up and get it ready for showtime. We'll be right back. Here we go. It's labeled right on the screen. Power, press and hold. Give it a second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and it vibrated. And it's come right up to an installed watch face that I put on here from the DeFit app. You know, if you've been with me on the channel for a while, you know that we've seen some pretty darn sophisticated watches. By the way, that's what text would look like if you got any messages reported to you from the message section, which on this one you get to by pulling down. So when I come across a real basic watch, I mean, really basic, I'm kind of deflated a little bit because I'm used to a bit more in these watches. But I got to remember that there's a lot of you guys out there that are new to this or just want a basic watch that is nice and big with icons like you're about to see, and that's all you need. So if you're in that category, this is the one for you. You saw the step count right there. And in fact, if I come back here, it's jumping all over the place. Down gets you this one. Right gets you that one. Left gets you this. We'll go into that in a minute. And up gets you through your app drawer. Basically, there is no real app drawer. So you have your steps. And if I press, tap, double tap, I don't get anywhere. So I'm not getting calories burned or distance traveled, just my number of steps. I go here to last night's sleep time. Same thing. From the watch, I'm not able to see how much of that was light or deep or awake or maybe even REM. Just ahead, 8.5 hours of sleep. When you get to heart rate, you do tap it, but you got to tap it just right on the heart, and it'll give you the lines and it'll start. Oh, notice it went off. So it is looking for human skin, which is good. It's not going to try to read thin air for you. But you tap right on the heart and you can activate the heart rate. This is showing you the last heart rate taken. The next screen now is your sport. And again, you got to tap right on the ball to choose your specific sport. And it's got a bunch. Check it out. Walking, running, and trail. Now, normally if it had GPS, you'd see that GPS is in those, and cycling, typically those top 4. Mountaineering maybe, but there is no GPS in this, so it's all going to be based on step count. But it has odd things like skiing. It does have swimming, being that it's waterproof. Basketball, football, pay attention to football. We're going to come back to football. Watch the icon. We got badminton, football. Here we are again, football, but it's a different kind of ball. This is American football. The other one is known as soccer in my country. Baseball, tennis, golf, bowling, yeah, dumbbells, sit-ups, rowing. And you know, all of these, including free train, are just going to give you time, calories, and heart rate. And the calories are computed through some algorithm that is based on number of kilocalories per hour divided by the time that you're actually doing it. But a nice feature is you do have the time of day on these different readings. So if I were to go into running, which is typically what you guys do, you're going to get your computed mileage based off of steps and, come back to me, calories burned, time, and heart rate. But again, the distance based on steps is not as accurate as GPS because it depends on your cadence, right? The distance between your steps multiplied by blah, 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 divided by blah, 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 and coming up in your actual distance. So it could be quite off. But if you've accounted for that already, and you just use your own multiplying factor times the number you get there, you can get pretty accurate distance. You hit stop and it's stopped. And I don't see anywhere where we can actually look at reports on here, because these are all just the activities themselves. There's no entry for a report. So it's a basic watch, really, folks. Very, very basic for those of you who don't need a lot of information. I got weather on here. I hit on the decline up here. Nothing happens. You hear my Hawaiian slipping in there? Decline. I'm going to tap on the word weather, though, and I can get forecast information, but just for 3 days. So it's a touch-sensitive screen, and it's different places on the screen you got to touch, and you got to know them in order to get to places. So you say, Mr. Tix, all right, if it's touch sensitive, is the time screen touch sensitive? No, not at all. Can you change the time by pressing and holding? No, not at all. You have to go into the app to change to the 3 stock watch faces and 1 watch face that you can download. Oh, wait a minute. Look at that, it did. But I didn't see it go into a mode for changing. Wow, okay, I'm wrong on that. I never tried sliding it. There's your 3 stock watch faces and the 1 special installed face. Well, that's pretty cool. Just learned something. If I press and hold, okay, it comes back and it locks that one in. Thanks, guys. You taught me a trick. I love it. I wish I could do the same thing here. How come I can't? No, you cannot see the divisions of these other things. Well, we're not done yet. We go through here to weather, and then if you're tethered, you can activate the shutter so you can take a picture with your phone. You can activate the remote music player and, play your music coming out of your phone. No speaker on this one. And then you get this breathing thing. Yeah, okay, so I have to click to enter, and I have to press see, I got to press the ball. Now, I don't know about you, but when I inhale, my ball gets bigger. And when I exhale, my little ball gets smaller. And I'm really confused watching this thing to breathe out and to breathe in. Try it, honestly. Look at the ball and tell me, are you supposed to be breathing in and breathing out? Or are you supposed to be breathing in now and breathing out now? But it's nice for you if you figure out what way you want to do it to do your own breathing thing. And then that's it. We're at the very back. So you slide this way, you get back to your watch faces, and you go through all these little screens to the very bottom, and you slide that way, you've got that. You slide that way, you got messages, and you slide that way. And now we got the settings. You can turn mute on or off. You'd think that there could be a sound associated with that breathing, but there isn't. And I've done it with the muting off. You have brightness, and this is on the lowest brightness. So this thing does get really seriously bright. There's full brightness, and look at that. Really nice. And great angle to view on this. You can see it from anywhere. So very impressed with the brightness of the screen. It's got a timer, which is really bright. And when you leave it and you come back into it, it's stopped and it starts over. Yeah, it's a basic watch, gang. It's not really advanced. About your QR code for the app and reset the whole watch and power off like so, which you can also get to. I'm going to X out of here and come back by long pressing either the top or the bottom button. And 1 press turns it on and off, and 1 press turns it on and off. Long presses, like I said, set it up to turn the power off, so there's no distinction. There's no special get your heart rate here, or press long here and start a run, or any of that. They seem to be 2 buttons doing the same thing. Here's some data from today and yesterday, 420 steps so far. It's a weekly schedule down here, some basic information on calories burned, stuff like that. Last night's sleep time. This is kind of nice. It's broken into restful, light, and REM, but no awake. and it gives you an overall quality, and it's showing you your average heart rate and your highest heart rate while you were sleeping. That's new. A lot of them don't do that. A 7-day trend and comparison that I slept beyond 86% of people who went to bed early or something like that. 63 got up early. 28% slept less than I did. That's pretty nice. I like that layout. It's one of the best, but heart rate is pretty lame. This is actual heart rate measurements you take when you activate it from that screen, and you can measure it remotely if you want to. And this one is your continuous heart rate if you have that turned on, and you can't go into it and you can't expand it and you can't check any value. Oh, that's the triple tap thing in the phone. But it does tell you the breakdown of how much time you were in these zones over the entire day, and what your current heart rate is on the continuous heart rate monitor. And then you got your outdoor running, which if you set up GPS allows you to start here and do your run using the GPS here, and I believe interface like the heart rate to your overall exercise. But you have to take both of these along with you. Other than that, there's a bunch of settings that you can do for the band itself. These are some of the extra watch faces. That's the special one that I've added, and you saw already. That's the one that we've got on here right now, that you can cycle through those 3 plus one more, and these are a bunch of the ones that you can install. Now it professes it's got a whole bunch of faces, and it does the same face in a bunch of different colors. So I don't know, maybe about 10 faces. When you multiply it by all the different colors of some of them, you got maybe 35 to 50 of them. Some are pretty cool, some are pretty simple, some are playful, some are round, some are digital. Most all of them are digital, actually. Even the round ones are digital. So you have the first 2 that are stock ones for analog if you want those. That's kind of different. Yeah. So that's all of the different faces that you've got on here as well. And that's the DeFit app. But that's about all I can tell you about this one. So where do you get it? Again, from Gearbest. It's on flash sale right now, and the price is indicative too. You know, for $30, it's a really nice, bright fitness. Does only heart rate, but you know, health and fitness of those basic things. Kind of a watch, waterproof. You can swim with it. You can track your swimming supposedly with it. So you're getting a good value for $32. And if I can get a coupon for you, I'll have that as well. That's in the show notes. What else can I tell you? We appreciate you being here regularly. And if you're brand new, there's a lot of other videos to check out. And take a look. This is the Raptor. Take a look at the T-Rex. It's by a different company. Compare the two. I think you'll see what I mean. All right. We'll see you again soon.